guys, it's Kimmi. I know you're here for the video and I'm gonna let you get right to it. But first, I have to tell you about the Notary Business Success Mentor Program if you have not heard. And it includes everything you need to get started in your business to teach you how to properly notarize using our course, Notarize Like a Pro. Apostilles, field inspection, ink fingerprinting, you name it, we got you covered. So check it out, including weekly live trainings and a 7-day-a-week chat. Oh yeah, you heard it right, 7 days. So check it out, notaryeducators.com. Bye. Enjoy the video. Let's get some of y'all comments. If you have any more comments, drop them here, okay? Jones says, yes, thank you so much. You're so welcome. Jones also says, I know it's how to implement. Yeah. So if you're implementing, go for it. But it's nothing like the community with like-minded people, you know? And again, our people are really doing amazing. So if you did not see the video that dropped today, it's an hour and a half long. Again, go back and watch that session. I don't put a lot of our mentorship sessions out, but that one was going out because it was nothing about success. It was just all about successes and wins. People are killing it, okay? Ms. D says, how can I contact you, Kimmi? I'm in the death industry and need to bounce some information off of you. I'm not sure what you're referring to in the death industry, if you're selling insurance or something. It's info@notaryeducators.com. But you can drop your comment here. I mean, we could talk about it, whatever it is. I don't prepare documents or anything if that's what you need. So I'm not sure how I can best help you, but feel free to, drop your comment while I'm live. Here you can clean it up if it needs to be for here or whatever, but I don't prepare documents. I don't do referrals of any kind. So like to get people to if you need someone to help you with something, like I don't know, an attorney or something, I don't really even have contacts like that. So whatever it is, I'm here live, so you probably want to maybe address it right quick. Grip says, boom, you're the bomb, Miss Kim Free. I appreciate everything that you share with us. Oh, I know, it's my pleasure. I really do. I enjoy talking about it, period. So I'm going to talk about it here. I'm going to talk about it in mentorship. So depending on how you want to get your information and what you're ready to do with your business. Everyone's not ready for mentorship if they're not. And if you are not, you can check out my Start Your Notary Business book collection. I'll show you really quick. Boom. It's one for every state. Okay. I just happen to have Georgia, Florida, and Indiana, but every state has your own book. So you can start with that book, Start Your Notary Business. You can get it at notaryeducators.com. Okay, notaryeducators.com. And then you can also check out the Notary Journal collection. Check it out, check it out, check it out. There are 15 to choose from. And it's even a script in there for you, your sample questions, rather, when you get ready to screen your clients. Let's see, Miss D, don't be ashamed to put your comment. You don't have to retract it. Tell me what you need. I'm here in person. People do that in mentorship too. Sometimes we're live in mentorship talking, but they rather wait and just kind of figure it out. Don't figure it out. I'm here. We're live. We got to talk. What do you need? Tell me. What other questions do you all have for me today? While I am waiting on your questions and comments, I have another story for you. So I also provide translation services, right? What is translation services? Translation services is you need a document translated, right? You reach out to me. I help you facilitate it, right? I do speak Spanish, not perfectly, a little. And then, it's all kind of apps and stuff, but I don't recommend you do it yourself. I have a whole translation course. It's also included in mentorship, but that's another service you guys should be offering. But I wanted to share something that happened with us today with one of our translations. So we got this translation. The lady actually reached out to me last week. I don't know why my last few clients have been going into weeks. Okay. She reached out to me last week about getting 3 documents translated. Well, she didn't send me pictures of the documents. So I just gave her a quote, right? So today she wants to proceed. She gets back with me a week later. She's ready to go. She's like, let's do this. So I said, hey, can you send me a picture of the documents? Because now at this point, I want to upload them and get an accurate quote, right? So I figured I had given her a nice quote, but lo and behold, I sent it over to the company that I was using. And they tell me almost $200. Yep. I was like, wow. So Jeffrey, my partner, he uploaded the docs, right? So I saw him upload 3, but when he uploaded for the quote, for some reason, it did not take. It said it gave us an error message on 2 of the documents. So he uploaded it again, and guess what happened? You already know what happened. We got a quote, all right, but on which documents? 3 of the same. 3 of the same. So, oh my God, I'm like, I just quoted this lady. I just gave her all this information. And now we realize that the wrong documents were uploaded. So what's the tip and what's the gem there? When you are uploading something, make sure you are uploading the correct document. Make sure you are uploading the correct document for translation because it affects the price. It affects the price. So fortunately, in our case, the wrong page that was uploaded had 1,500 worth of words on it almost, right? But the next 2 that really need to be uploaded did not have that many. So the price actually was less than what I told the client. Okay? It was less. So I'm going to go ahead and continue with the price that I told the client because she actually wants to get the documents shipped to her. So I'll just use that part for the shipping. I had not included shipping in her quote. So some of the extra, I'll use that to pay for her shipping. So when it comes to translation services, and again, I got a full course on this if you want to be a pro. You can have the documents where you just print them and give it to the client, or sometimes they want a hard copy. Okay. So that's going to be up to the client to make that decision. So, but in this case, again, my whole point is make sure that you're uploading the correct document. I see we have a lot of new people that joined us. What is going on in these notary streets? I have an idea. If y'all been watching different people on YouTube and everything, it's a lot going on. I'm sorry, y'all, my allergies. I had some granola yesterday and it did not really agree with me. Yes, a lot going on in these notary streets. I'm going to tell you how I feel about the notary business, okay? Let me tell you how I feel about the notary business, just overall. I'm not going to get into what's actually some of the conversation, but I'm going to just tell you how I feel about the notary business. I feel every business, and not just the notary business. I don't care if you're doing lawn care or whatever you're doing, whatever you are doing. Hold on. Let me see what Miss D comment is. Let me take my comment. I'm going to give Miss D comment. Hold on, Miss D. I feel like whatever business you are doing, there are going to be things that you don't like about it, right? Even when you work for your W-2 employer, there are certain things that you're going to like, certain things that you don't like. If it gets to a point that you don't like it, you just stop doing it. You just stop doing it. Because the industry, more than likely, some will change. Change does come about when people, make a fuss about stuff. It does. But I'm just of the mindset, I love being a notary. I love helping people. I work with clients. I work with what clients I want to work with. That's what I encourage for you. You may start out taking a few jobs you don't necessarily want to, but that's just called being an adult sometimes, being an entrepreneur, a business owner. And then from there, as you continue to grow, you get experience, you get knowledge, you can do what you want to do. You have make different choices. I don't work with everybody anymore. Certain people, I'm like, block, delete. I don't even want no message from you. Okay? I just don't. I don't like how you pay. I don't like the amount you pay. I don't like that you pay slow. Your packages are just too large. So I can be kind of picky nowadays. Just like I'm picky when it comes to what I eat. I'm very picky with my assignments. Sometimes I'm not driving to Atlanta, but if you're new and you're just getting started out, you can take those jobs that I'm not taking in Atlanta, right? Because I like to kind of stay within a 30-mile radius. So there's plenty of room. That's why I always say the industry is not dead. It's not oversaturated. It's not any of those things. And just be cautious of where you're getting your information from. Be cautious of what we listen to because it does affect you. It really does. If everybody's like, this is whack, this is, you're going to take on that same thought. Even though you was loving it before somebody told you shouldn't. Ever happened to you before? You like, oh, such and such, I love such and such and such and such. And then somebody like, girl, but did you know? And you like, oh, now that changes everything, right? Mrs. D said, I'm trying to establish a mobile funeral arranger business. where I go directly to families that would rather set up funerals, memorials, repasts from their home. Oh, I love that idea.